other employees. They don't need to be picking up your crap that you leave behind. If I see you leave a sandwich in front of me, I'm going to take it, turn you around, kick you in the nuts, turn you back around, and shove that sandwich right up your ass. Stop leaving crap where it's not supposed to be. And if you think it doesn't get worse, guess what? It does. Look at the employees. They gotta pretend like this is the best job ever to work for Walmart. But you can see the bullshit in their eyes. The bullshit factor is, well, to quote a dead meme, over 9,000. But here's the best example. You walk up and you're looking for something, right? Nothing bothering you. You just want to pick up something. You know, like a scented candle for your bathroom, or you need some dishwashing soap, or you need some Comet toilet bowl cleaner. And then some employee comes around and says, "Hi, do you need help with anything?" They have to do this because it's store policy. That's what they always tell you, which is okay in some sense. I know you're trying to help the customer out and everything. You want to make them feel like it's a good experience to shop at Walmart. But what if I'm in a bad mood? Here's what I would say. Well, gee, my dad just died of AIDS, my mom got arrested for shooting the owner of a sex toy shop, and my cousin just raped my cat. Can you help me cope with that? I didn't think so. Now, I know it's a little insincere of me to say something like that, but my point still stands. They do this to you every time you walk in their area. Just let me find my item that I'm looking for blindly and leave me alone. It's meaningless, it's mindless, and it just serves no purpose whatsoever. You're probably pissing off your customers, guys. Stop this. And by now, you're probably thinking it's going to get even worse than that. And if you're thinking just that, good for you, because it still gets worse. The next subject I know deserves its part in this rant, and you've probably felt the same way I feel. You probably know the scenario. Some sleazy redneck woman comes in the store with her two kids, and they proceed to start throwing these screaming fits throughout the entire store. And you'd think it'd just be in one area, but oh no, it does not, because it echoes through the whole damn store. One time I was back in the electronics area, picking up a copy of Where the Wild Things Are, and I hear a kid screaming all the way over at the cash registers, which is about 3/4 of the way across the store. I was like, holy shit, is that really necessary? And yet, here's the part that kills me. She plays it off like it's no big deal. Don't worry about Justin. He's just being cranky because I told him he ain't going to get his SpongeBob DVD. He just needs a nap, that's all. Wrong answer. What he needs is a nice belt across the ass. That'll probably make him stop being cranky. You know, I could turn around and bring in parenting problems into this rant, but I'll save that for another day. The point I'm getting at here, though, is this. These kids scream and cry and run through the store doing this, and the parents don't give a rat's ass about it, and it just makes it the most aggravating shopping experience you'll ever have. I could go on forever naming all the problems Walmart has to offer, whether it be customer service, the managers of the stores, the crappy work environment, or the lies of deception the store hides from its customers. That and a whole lot more. So much for save money, live better, huh, gang? So, those are the issues that I have with Walmart. And in my honest opinion, I think these 4 changes need to happen. 1. Have a disclaimer that says, we are not held responsible for your lack of preparation to purchase your desired product. If we don't have it, it sucks to be you. 2. If a customer is seen leaving something in the aisle that does not belong there, make them pick it back up and put it back where it belongs. 3. If the customer looks busy or might be in a bad mood, leave them alone. 4. If the kids are throwing a screaming temper tantrum and throwing a fit throughout the store, take them outside and stop aggravating other customers. In closing, I have this to say. I hate Walmart. They just try and run every single retail outlet out of business so they can make themselves bigger. Kind of like a certain media giant, right, guys? And frankly, if I want to buy I'll go to my neighborhood creamery any day. That's all I gotta say, folks. So in closing, I leave you with this remark. Save logic, live logically, avoid Walmart like the plague. I'm T-Bone the Ranting Brony saying, hey, keep it real.
Oh my god, you know what? After hearing that, I have my own frustrations about, like, people and shopping.
Jesus, you too?
Oh,
really
no.
now?
Can I?
Really?
Okay, let me just say something right now. I have a severe social anxiety, and and I've been told by some of my friends, maybe even Gonzo said this once, I have the personality of a rattlesnake and about the temperament too. Now, to just put it simply, here are things that I hate when I go into public places. I am a big toy collector. And so I do go to Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, fucking action figure stores, collectible stores, whatever. And at least once every month, every time I go in, there's always this parent that is just has this screaming kid. And again, just like T-Bone said, they play it off like it's nothing. Can I just say something, people? Can't child abuse be legal? Because
at least to a degree.
I don't like. I understand not actually abusing the kid, as in fucking beating the shit out of them, or punching them, or shooting them, or raping, whatever. But every now and then, every child needs a fucking smack across the goddamn head. And I'm sorry, there have been times where I've sat there and I'm just like, I want to smack this person's kid. Can I, Mom? And I look at her, I'm like, Mom, can I go smack that person's kid? And she's like, I'd love to too, honey. Just don't do it. Fuck. So I just go back to my corner and I sit there and I fucking rock back and forth because my autism's acting up and my social anxiety's acting up, and this goddamn screaming fucking kid is not helping that. So yeah,
God.
that's the big one.
Oh my fucking god, guys. Oh my fucking god.
Oh no.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Hello.
I had a Jim Cornette moment just now.
Why?
What?
Okay.
Wait.
I'm in a ranting mood right now, guys.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Let me just say some other thing. One other thing. T-Bone,
right.
Did you catch that?
Yes, I caught that.
So here's my other big one. Have you ever been to a mall? For one, I think that the mall should work like a fucking highway. When you're on the right side of the road, you're going forward. When you're on the left side of the road, you're going backward. People drive down the wrong side of the road every fucking time I go to the goddamn mall, and they're always bumping into me. Earlier, when I was at the mall, I purposely leaned into somebody so that way they would bump into me. Why? Because they were saying they're talking on their goddamn cell phone, not paying attention to where they're walking to, so I fucking bumped into them. And I just shrugged at them like, sorry. Didn't say anything, didn't apologize, because that was their fucking fault, not mine. Fuck them. And I almost got hit by a shopping cart the other day at Burlington. And you know what? I don't care if the kid was like 14, 15 who almost hit me, because while the mother was around, I basically just said, I just kind of said out loud, if she would have hit me, I would have had a reason for a lawsuit. And I could actually be rich. And I just smiled at the mom and walked away. As I said, I have the temperament of a rattlesnake. And I have the personality of a rattlesnake and the fucking temperament as well. You have the floor, T-Bone, because I'm pissed off.
Alright, well, you're about to be pissed off just like I am. So, okay, I had myself a Jim Cornette moment just now.
Go on.
Well, lay it on us.
Okay, so, alright, as most of you probably know about Jim Cornette, he's infamous on YouTube for one little incident that happened way back in 1994, which is known as the Dairy Queen incident.
Oh my god, yes.
Well, I damn near had a Jim Cornette moment while I was at Burger King just now.
Oh no. You know what? Let me hear this story, please. You know, I'm all ears. I'm sitting right on my bed.
Yes. We're all ears, T-Bone. Bless us with your ranting.
Man, I swear to Christ, I was about to fucking get out of the car and okay, wait, let me explain. So I'm sitting in the drive-thru and I'm sitting there, I ordered my food, and I'm right here. We're about to go to another music break. I'm holding in my hand right now a rib sandwich that I just got from Burger King, and I just got the fucking order. Oh my god, it is delicious, Gonzo.
I know, damn it.
Yeah, rib sandwich. Go get it while it's still there. Okay, well, anyways, to explain who Jim Cornette is, he's one of the innovators behind Smoky Mountain Wrestling and so many other great things.
And he was also one of the best managers that the WWE ever had, next to the late and great Percy Pringle III, Paul Bearer. God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on, and my malware bites just told me it successfully blocked the website. Thank you very much.
Anyways,
Go on.
what happened?
So, I'm sitting in the drive-thru. I order my food. I pull up to the drive-thru and everything, and I swear, I was like, this kid, he takes my card, he swipes it through and everything. I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, your fries are going to take about 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So I sit there, I'm putting on my one of my live albums, I think it was Birds of Prey, and then all of a sudden, I look over, and I notice the fucking manager's staring at me. He's just fucking staring at me. And I swear to Christ, I was about ready to just get out of the fucking car, because he gave me this look, and I didn't like it. So I was about to get out of the fucking car, throw open the drive-thru window, and just say straight, hey, what the fuck are you staring at, bitch? I've only been sitting out here about 5 minutes in this fucking line waiting to get my goddamn rib sandwich, you little sack of shit. You don't need your fucking shit staring at me, you little bitch.
What the fuck is his problem?
I mean, seriously, it's like he was staring at me, looking at me, and just didn't rub me right. I was about ready to jump out the car and do that.
As
So
as-
So I knock on the window. So I actually reach out, knock on the window. He comes to me and says, "We're sorry that's taking so long." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been sitting out here for 5 minutes." It took him 10 minutes to give me a goddamn French fry, and I missed out on my whole entire rant. But I don't care. I already recorded it. But still, if only Gonzo, Secretsu, and Blood were with me in the car, it would have made that scene much funnier.
I would have been the fucking Jericho
yeah.
sitting in the background just chiming in with like, man, you fucking sitting there looking at him? He's gonna fucking kill you!
He gonna
I would have
do
been like, oh shit! I would have been like, shit!
right in the mouth.
Heal, boy! Heal! Heal!
You know what? I can actually say that T-Bone's a lot like me. Personality of a or he may not have the personality of a rattlesnake, but he's sure got the goddamn temperament. Because if you step near him the wrong way, you look at him the wrong way, he will fucking destroy you. And you know what? Good. More people need to be like that in this
He
world.
will fuck your shit up, and you deserve
Because
And that's
people
the-
shouldn't be, honestly, not to cut everybody off, but in my opinion, people shouldn't be so fucking rude in this world. And if people give you those weird fucking looks just because of how you look, you know what I say? Flip them off. Don't give a fuck. Some little fucking ghetto-ass gangbanger wants to look at you because you're wearing your MLP shirt. Should fucking flip him off. And he wants to start shit, snap his fucking arms.
Thank you.
Hey, here's the thing, though. I was in my freaking pajamas.
You should have just pulled out your. You know what? You should just. If he wanted to stare at you, you should just pulled out your fucking cock and sat there like nothing was wrong.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say this right now, gang, and this is the God's honest truth right here. Me and Secretsu have talked about this from time to time, and he said that if he ever became a wrestler, that he would want me as his manager, and I said straight up, I would be your Jim Cornette.
Yes.
Reblog if you think Jim Cornette is like the best person in the wrestling industry.
If I could do that, I would have reblogged it about 10 bazillion times until my fucking computer crashed, good sir.
Likewise.
Alright. Well, I'm back, and I'm ready to eat my my fucking sandwich. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one last commercial break and head into the final hour of the Illogical Podcast, where I'm going to let Audrey and Blood take the floor. And, of course,
Hey, T-Bone?
Inverted Shadow. And Inverted Shadow, we're definitely going to have you involved as well.
T-Bone, do you mind if I pick a song? Because I think that we need something a little bit aggressive to fit the mood that we just came out of.
Sure, I was going to suggest a little remix I made.
We could do that last if you want. I mean, again,
Well,
I
was going to end on a special note.
Oh, all right.
But you know what? But you know what? Go right ahead. Go right ahead with your shit. I'll tell you what.
We
How about
can
this?
take a couple of commercial breaks just to take a little fucking, snooze-a-rooney.
Yeah, good idea. All right, well, we'll be right back with more music, with the music for now, and we'll get back to the podcast just a minute.
All right, everybody, give yourselves
Alrighty
muted
then.
so that way we can play some Bucket Splatterhouse.
To that
On that note, that song was called They Came From Within by Splatterhouse. Great fucking grindcore band if you're into that kind of shit. If you're not, well, I don't really give a fuck, because I was in a bad mood, and that made me feel happy. So, Blood,
Yay!
Audrey, it's time for you to fist fuck the
Music
world.
it's always better.
It's time for you to cunt fuck the world with a soldering iron.
Yay!
Good.
Hold on, I'll get the crowbar and I'll lube it up a bit.
Baby. Yes, that was disturbing.
Yeah. Yes, of course. What are we getting the floor for?
I don't know. You guys wanted to do it, but, I don't know.
Well, Audrey, if you...
Apparently we're supposed to talk.
I was going to say, if you want to go first, you're more than happy to.
Yeah, but what are we talking about? I just lost track of everything and I'm like, what the fuck are we going to talk about?
I don't know. Find something.
Blood mentioned drunks.
Oh, yes. That.
Ah, yes.
Oh, drunks. Let me just start off with, I came from a family that has a history of alcoholism and depression, so it is kind of natural for me to gravitate towards alcoholic drinks itself. It is a vicious cycle, and it's obviously not a very pleasant one. I have gotten drunk to the point, well, the last time I got drunk, right, I had 2 glasses of plum wine, very nice, but they are chock full of fucking alcohol. I also have 2 cold bottles of cold pressed sake, and I tried to staunch the drunkenness with a bit of a salad. Bad idea, since the salad, in the span of 7 o'clock to 7:30, which is practically half an hour, went all over the floor. And I cried like a baby. It was not pretty. And poor Mum, who was working as a security guard at the time, had to pick me up, and I was crying like a baby, like, and it was like, and poor Mum had to take me home.
Yeah, I can actually relate to that. See how I remember one of the first times I actually had a drink like that was, I believe, on New Year's Eve. I think back in 1998. I think this was, where I basically had myself a couple glasses of wine, and I was basically hammer smashed faced for the rest of the night. But the thing of it was, I was only a kid at the time. I was dumb. I wanted to try it once, and I never went back on it ever since. But this is actually something that's been on my mind for quite some time now, so I'm just going to get right into it. Yeah, folks, it's your old pal, Blistered Blood, once again. Now, I had originally wanted to talk about the recent goings-on with EA purchasing the rights to the Star Wars franchise from Disney a while back, but then again, I felt it wouldn't do any good. Something else has been has been catching my eye a lot more as of recently, and this perhaps might be one of the most controversial things I'll ever talk about. Now, Seki, I know that the last time that you got hammer smashed faced was on your stream about, what was it, about a month and a half ago, and then you and Yuki Saka went ahead and started reading that shitty fanfic that I had recently discovered, much to my own chagrin, and then read along. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yes, the Harari one.
Yeah. I was thinking in the back of my head, how in the hell was this shit not on some fucking TV show on Comedy Central or whatever? Because that shit was comedy fucking gold, dude.
Oh my... You know what? I want to thank Yuki Saka for giving me a good old-fashioned, shit pissy laugh, because I was dying by the end. Watching that, I was dying.
Yeah.
I think I had to
But the
deal
thing
with a
you
wine.
have to-
Well, never mind, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, but the thing you have to understand here is that your obnoxiousness when you were drunk in that stream was entirely different. What I have to discuss here tonight on the Illogical Podcast is something that I feel that most people that either my age or maybe even younger may have to deal with on a nearly constant basis, day after day after day of their waking lives. I don't often make personally charged rants like this, like I've done in the past when I ranted on RJ Bansma back in the day, but here's the thing. He's changed now, but these types of people that I'm going to be talking about tonight have not changed at all. Audrey, you may know what I'm going to be talking about here, so I think you may even agree with me on this. Chronic
Okay.
alcoholics. Yep.
Oh, I can relate to you too.
Yep. You
My
all
dad was
knew
an
this
alcoholic, and
coming.
he's an asshole.
Yeah. You all knew this was coming. Now, I'm not going to say that you can't all go out and have yourself maybe 1 or 2 beers every once and again. I'm not saying that at all. What I mean is those of you that have to deal with someone in your family, possibly your mother, possibly even your father, maybe even your aunt or your uncle or whatever, you may not know what the limit is. And yet, day after day, after they get some sort of dollar increment of some type in their hands, they blow it all at the liquor store day after day to go wash it all down with a giant bottle of vodka that runs you about $11 or thereabouts. And it's all for the most inane of reasons. What are some of the most common excuses these days? Huh? Because someone hasn't paid enough attention to you, like, say, your mommy beat you so bad that drinking was your only option to survival or whatever? Oops! Was that too much? Did I bring up some bad memories? Well, guess fucking what? This is my rant, and I'm not going to pull any punches here, and don't you dare tell me to tone it down. Yes.
I am not gonna do that. I'm not gonna tell you to. I'm telling you to pretty much raise it. Let it rest.
Let the full ire of your extent of your ire, whichever one it is, just let it loose.
Yes. Chronic alcoholics. Those kinds of people are the ones I'm going after tonight. To me, they are the lowest forms of scum of this earth. What's worse is that as someone who has relations to this kinds of person, i.e. my father, I'm free to say that I've had to deal with this shit for more than 20 years, almost 30 of my life. The simple fact that I'm still dealing with it now after more than 3 years after I've been back in Rhode Island ever since Valentine's Day in 2009? No, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. If you feel that wasting your life away with a big bottle of booze is going to make all of your troubles going away, absolutely fucking not. What you do to yourselves is that you choose your own method of death. If it's not getting behind the wheel of a car and wrapping around a telephone pole, smash head on into a school bus full of children like what happened in Kentucky in 1988, if you're somehow lucky, but I wish you weren't, you somehow find your way back home, but the car is still on, blasting some dumbass rock song of the 1960s, and it's going on at full volume, and you can barely even hold a note to the tune, then alcohol poisoning will. Do you know what happens when you're an end-stage alcoholic? Your liver shuts down, your skin color becomes all jaundiced and yellowy like you're fucking Asian. Worst part of it is this. My mother, when she was a registered nurse over at an elderly home, had the unfortunate pleasure of seeing perhaps one of the most disturbing displays that a human being can die. And I apologize if this may get graphic here, but this is actually true. Blood starts seeping out of every pore of your body, like, say, for example, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Hell, you may even be shooting blood out of your asshole backwards. Yes, it's a grisly scene. It's disturbing as fuck. It's not pleasant. Moreover, it'll make all the Hollywood movie shit you've seen in movies like Saw, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th look like a fucking cakewalk. It's not fucking pleasant. But more importantly, being that kind of an alcoholic also destroys what matters to you most. The trust that you had within that group of friends that you had, your family, hell, even your significant other won't even want to fucking look at you at the same way, because all that does is erode any common sense within you. It throws out all of your motor skills. Hell, it even renders you incapable to remotely speak. Don't even think trying to cover it all up with excuses will work, because I know the ugly truth. The truth is that you can't go 1 day, 1 week, or a month without wanting to take a swig from that long-barreled 357 that you're wanting to put to your head so much. You just can't. What that means to me is that you're fucking weak as a human being, you're weak as a member of society, and most importantly, you have every right to throw yourself in a fucking traffic, and I will not shed a tear for your inherent demise. Now, I know I might have gone off on a major league vendetta against this kind of behavior, folks, but let's try to make one thing clear. We all have our vices, but we also know when we've had enough of these vices and know enough when to put them the fuck down and walk away. Yes, some of you may know that I am in fact a smoker, and I've been doing this since I was 23. I know where my limit is before I wind up coughing out a lung, and after that I have to put the shit down before it fucking kills me. But you want to know what my other addiction is, and I can clearly say this without some asshole running up to me and throwing up a middle finger in my face? By the way, if you do that, I'm going to grab you by the wrist and break your fucking hand off and shove it up your ass without lube. Just kidding. But seriously, one of my other vices that I can admit to is that I play video games of nearly all makes, publishers, designers, and genres. Simulations, RPGs, FPSs, MMOs, that kind of thing. Does this make me a bad person? Maybe in the eyes of some faggots out in Congress, but I'm getting off track here. The main thing I'm trying to address here is that chronic alcoholism, to me, is perhaps one of the biggest cop-outs I've seen any human being do. It can be treated. It can be remedied. There's literally so many different ways to help you. But the first thing you need to do is to make that first step and admit to yourself that you do have a problem and that you do need some help before you die in the same way. Sure, it may be hard at first, but let me tell you all this. The only person who can really help yourself is you. If you can't help yourself, then you are of no use to anyone. You're not a father. You're not a mother. You're not an aunt. You're not even an uncle. Hell, you're not even anyone's grandparent. All you are, to me, is nothing more than a shell of what you once were, of something that many people had long once ago in their childhoods before you decided to throw it all away for some gallon jug of Remy Martin or Thunderbird. You made the decision to drink that heavily. You are responsible for digging your own way out. To conclude this rant for this evening, folks, I'm not wanting to take any questions or calls in regards to this topic that I have brought up. This was me venting out my own frustrations that I've had pent up inside of me for years on end, and tonight I just wanted to air it all out. I know you guys aren't psychiatrists or whatever, but to me, I've had to deal with this shit for more than 20 years, as I've said. Am I still angry about it to this very day, that I have to still deal with it? Hell yes, I am! Am I going to shed a tear for someone who wants to throw